Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome to the Syrinscape channel. Happy New Year as well. It's our first stream of 2022, so Happy New Year, welcome in. Good to see some people already here. This is the first time that we're doing this at the later time, so we're doing it 4 hours later than we usually would be, so I really appreciate you all being here and hanging out with me. Yeah, I'm Vicky. I'm the social media ambassador here at Syrinscape, which means it's my job to show you and tell you about Syrinscape and why we're cool and why you should use us. Thamior says it's a much better time for me, at least. That's good, I'm glad. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it at this new time and just see what happens. But yes, if you are new here and you don't know much about Syrinscape, we are an amazing app that delivers sound and music and sound effects and all that cool stuff to your players and to you for your tabletop RPG games. So if you like Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk Red, Starfinder, all of those cool tabletop RPG games, then we actually make the official music and ambience and sound effects for those games. So yeah, if you're new and you haven't tried us out, then go and grab yourself a free trial. Just type !trial in the chat and you'll get a link for a free trial for 30 days. You can go and get access to all of the cool features and really give us a good go. And if you are interested in creating your own custom sound sets, perhaps for even homebrew stuff, maybe you're not playing any of the regular stuff, maybe you're homebrewing everything, of course you can use Syrinscape for that as well. So if you stick around and you want to customize stuff, I am going to be showing you how to build custom sound sets from scratch on the fly with almost no time. So that is the whole show. Apart from that, we are going to be doing some updates. I'm going to be telling you about what we've released recently, what we are releasing this week, and all of the cool stuff that's still to come. I'm also going to be sharing some highlights from the community with you as well. Yes, you guys, the stuff that you've been sharing with me over the past week. I'm going to highlight some of the good stuff, and then we'll crack on with SoundSet Roulette. And hopefully the show will be roughly about an hour long. Sometimes we tend to go on slightly longer, but that's because I get way too into making the sound sets. And I'm hoping that once you guys start playing with making your own custom sound sets, you'll start having fun with it as well, and you'll see exactly what I mean. You kind of just get swept up into it and you can spend hours making custom sound sets. So stick around if you want to learn that. Great, let's get on to some updates. Okay, this is looking a little sparse, but that's because it's 2022 and we only got back to work last week and we released something last week. We released The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a Feywild Adventure Part 3. I am really loving the Wild Beyond the Witchlight stuff that we're putting out. I think it's great. And if you are a D&D subscriber or a Syrinscape Super Siren, then God, I can't believe that I had to think about that then. But if you are a Super Siren subscriber or a D&D subscriber, you will have actually got special access to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight Part 3 before it was even released. So we gave that to you as a Christmas present to say thank you. So you will have had access to that for a few weeks now. Pamplemousse Press says, I'm looking forward to checking it all out. Yes, the Wild Beyond the Witchlight stuff is really good. I highly recommend it. So we released that last week. This week we are releasing a Syrinscape original. Yes, we make our own original stuff as well as all of that official stuff. We're releasing the Werewolf Stalker sound set this week. So again, if you're a Super Siren subscriber, you'll get access to that on Wednesday. Everyone else, it'll be available for you to buy in the store on Friday. And coming soon, lots of cool stuff. I can't tell you what we're bringing out. Can't talk about any of it yet. So all I can tell you is there's lots of cool stuff coming soon for this year. And as soon as I can tell you, then I will. You'll hear about it here first on this show. So those are our latest releases. Here are the community highlights. I love sharing stuff that you guys have shared with me over the last few weeks. Before Christmas we had some absolute crackers, but obviously I didn't do a show last week, so I unfortunately won't be sharing those with you, but you can go back and see those on all of our socials. So Facebook particularly, we had some great chat going on Facebook pre-Christmas on some of the posts there. But one of the things that I love to share with you guys is Syrinscape setups, and I share these every Friday. So if you have got a Syrinscape setup to share with me, whether it's online or offline, whether you're just prepping for your game, whether you're mid-game, whether it's after the game, whatever stage you're playing at, snap a little picture. As long as you've got Syrinscape up and running and in the picture, whether it's online, offline, I'd love to see it. You can share that with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you like. You can share it on the forum as well. You can even DM me if you want to. I would love to see you guys using Syrinscape, and I would love to share it with our community. So as it says there, the next setup we share could be yours. This is actually Ben, our CEO, so creator of all things Syrinscape. If you've ever wondered what his setup looks like, it looks a little bit like this. It's probably been changed around because he's had a bit of a rejig recently and a bit of an upgrade recently. But this, as far as I know, this is the most recent picture that we've got of Ben's setup. And Ben does really cool stuff. So not only does he create a lot of the content that's in Syrinscape, but he does interviews as well. So he's recently been on Dragon Talk, so go and check that out. He also DJ'd for the Lost Odyssey live show. I don't know if you will have seen that, guys, but it's called Promised Gold Lost Odyssey. So go and check that out. It's really, really good. So if you've ever wondered what Ben's setup looks like when he's DJing all of these cool shows and doing his interviews, then this is what it looks like. Damiel says, when I have made custom stuff, I will. Excellent. I look forward to you sharing it. Right. On Mondays, I post these amazing posts. I do Syrinscape setup on a Friday, and then I do these posts on a Monday. It's just a great way to start the week, have a bit of fun, have a bit of banter, have a bit of conversation. These are conversation posts, and last Monday I asked you to share your tabletop role-playing goals for 2022, and I thought that was a really great way of bringing in the new year. Everyone sets their goals, and I want to know what your goals are for this year, whether it's DMing your first game, using Syrinscape for the first time, I don't know, starting up a stream. I wanted to know what your goals were for the year. Damiel says, I don't go reading out loud or don't go reading out my remarks because you will go over 1 hour. Okay, I'll try not to read all of your comments, but I do like to engage with my chat. So let's have a little look at what some people sent us. These are just some of the best answers from last week's post. Someone wants to finish Descent into Avernus and Tomb of Annihilation. And those are two really big adventures. So that's a very big goal to have for the year, but also great. And yes, we do have some sound sets for those as well. To become a better games master and hopefully to start streaming some gaming action. And I think that's a great goal to have. I think that's a goal that a lot of people will have this year, that a lot of people had last year. Becoming a better games master or dungeon master, I think, is a fantastic goal to have. But starting streaming, that is a very, very big thing. It's not an easy thing to do. And it's a really, really worthy goal to have for the year. Tabletop Misfit says, it's a task. It sure is. It really, really is. I mean, I only stream this by myself, so, and this is hard enough. So having to get like a whole group of people together to stream as well and do all of their audio checks and all of their cam checks. Oh my god, all the tech stuff would just be an absolute nightmare, wouldn't it? Our good friends I Roll One says, my goal is to listen to my players more and give them the best adventure possible. And I think that's fantastic. You do have to listen to your players because ultimately it's, you know, you've got to kind of make the game what they want it to be. You've got to listen to the cues. You know, do they want more? Do they want more combat? Do they want more role play? It's a lovely thing to listen to your players more. Tabletop Misfit says that's a beautiful goal to have. I run 2 to 3 shows on our channel every week. It's a lot, isn't it? I know people who run shows every single day, and I just think that that's a massive undertaking, isn't it? With the tech. It's the tech that always can go wrong. I'm just going to take a little sip. It's really great to have you here, Tabletop Misfits. It's really lovely to see you here. And this one says, I'd love to get better at being a DM. Maybe even start DMing for strangers. I prefer playing in person, but online is safer. personally wish I could make it a full-time thing. And again, I think that's a big goal to have as well. Does anyone have any tips for becoming a better DM? Is it a case of just practice, do you think? Or just finding the right group? What do you think it is that makes someone become a better DM? I think it's just experience, isn't it? Tabletop Misfit says it is. It is good, but it's a serious job and it's all part-time. Love to have friends come and hang out with us. Oh, hanging out with friends is so good. And your tips are to practice, have confidence, and a bit of craziness. Definitely, that dash of craziness is definitely what's needed. Oh, I miss hanging out with friends. I really do. And I think that's all the responses, all the really, really good responses that we got from last week. Now, if you want to check out this week's post, head on over to our socials, either Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. If you go to Facebook, you'll actually see that we've already had some really, really great answers for this week's post. And I am asking, what have I asked? Oh, what has been your best GM or DM moment? So I'm asking you to share your highlights, so go and get involved in that on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. There's already been some brilliant answers on Facebook that I've very much enjoyed reading. Yeah, it's crazy. Apple Knees, thank you so much for that 15-month sub. That's great. Thank you and welcome in. Okay, so now it's time to do SoundSet Roulette. So we have about 45 minutes to build a sound set from scratch. If you've not seen this before, these are my roulette wheels. And we have environmental factors here closest to me. In the middle we have locations, and on the end there we actually have enemies. So I've tried to have a good variety of stuff. We have done a lot of these now, so I'm hoping that we don't get any duplicates of what we've done before, but if we do, then hey, we do. You also have some channel points, so if you want to respin one of my wheels, you're more than welcome to use some channel points to do that. But let's see what environmental factor we are going to have. My choice of environmental factor today, excellent. Lone Jedi saying, I'm keeping an eye on you, Manticore. Yeah, we haven't done a Manticore yet. I don't know how I would do a Manticore. We do have Manticore sounds in there. A casino. Okay, we've done a casino before. That's fine. So my choice of environmental factor at a casino. And interact with this. Please don't be a Manticore. A giant spider at a casino. Tabletop Misfit says, how can we reach out to see about sponsorship with an amazing program like Syrinscape? You can reach out to me. I am Vicki at Syrinscape.com. So that's Vicki with an I, V-I-C-K-I at Syrinscape.com. So you can ask me about it if you want, or you can ask Steve about it, or you can ask Dan about it. You can ask anybody. So it's Syrinscape with an I, C-S-Y-R-I-N-S. It's all over here, Syrinscape with an I there. So yeah, you can email me and I'll put you in touch with the right person. But yeah, we are always open to talking to you about sponsorship, even if we might not be able to sponsor you right now. It's always worth just getting that information. So, Omega on TV Syrinscape really makes my games come alive. Yes, excellent. I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Right, Lone Jedi has redeemed a respin of the location wheel. Okay, let's respin that casino, shall we? Because we've had a casino before. A dungeon. Okay, we've got a classic dungeon and a giant spider. Okay, so we're going to have my choice of weather effect today. So I think we're going to have... What are we going to have? Oh, I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided what weather effect we're going to have today. I'll make it up as I go, because that's just it. If someone wants to shout something out, like what they think would go well in a dungeon, some sort of environmental factors like an avalanche or an earthquake. Maybe we'll do an earthquake in a dungeon. Mist? We can do some mist. We can put some mist in there. But yeah, let's head on into this. So we've got my choice of weather effect, a distant storm, in a dungeon. We could actually, if it's a dungeon with like we've only just headed into the dungeon, and maybe there's like a cave opening and it's near the sea or something like that. I'm making stuff up as I go now. We're proper like homebrewing stuff here. Okay, so this is the master interface. This is where we're going to make our sound set, and it does look scary. It does look intimidating, and I bet if this is your first time here or your first time seeing this, you are probably going to be thinking, what on earth am I looking at here? There's nothing there. Where would I even start with making a sound set? Case the joint, welcome in. It could be deep in the Underdark. It could be. It could be. Let's just, you know, I'm sure some caverns have their own weather. Yeah, they do. We could even have a rainforest inside of a dungeon. What do you reckon to that? Maybe we could have a tropical rainforest. We could have a tropical rainforest inside of a dungeon. This is gonna be... That's a whole separate thing, isn't it? Okay, I think that I'm probably going to go for some kind of earthquake or something like that. I do like the sound of an earthquake. Okay, so where do we even start? So when you first open it up, this is the master interface. You'll probably see something like that looks like this. You can search for samples and you can search for elements in here if you want to, but what I'm going to do today is show off our new spangly search function. This is what I've been showing off for a few weeks now, and you can get early access to this. You can beta test this feature for us. If you go into your account, just underneath your account details, you can actually pop a little check mark in the box that says opt in to test experimental features, and that will give you access to the search beta. And it's a really great way. You can filter your sounds by genre, you can filter them by type, so you can filter just by music if you want to, you can filter just by one shot if you want to, you can search for official content, you can search for community made content. It's a really great feature. Now I'm just going to refresh because it's pushed this box over here. Like I said, it is in beta at the moment, so it's not a perfect it's not working like perfectly at the moment, but it works really well and works well enough for me to show it off to you today. Okay, so what we're going to do first is create a sound set by clicking this plus button at the top there. I think I'm going to go with like an earthquake, and that is what has scared the spiders, and the spiders are all going to come skittering out and we're going to have to face a giant spider. Now when you create a sound set, oh, okay, Omega says, I use the app. Will this feature be available in the app? So are you talking about our offline apps? So like our fantasy player and stuff like that? At the moment, as far as I am aware, this feature is only available in the master interface. So if you want to create custom stuff, this really is the best place to come and do it. You're very limited to the amount of customization that you can do in the offline app. So I really would recommend, if you want to create some custom stuff, it would be really good for you to just come and test this and see how you feel about this. So what it will do here is it will pop a little thing here that says untitled. We're going to go into properties here and we're going to give it a title. We are going to call it SoundSet Roulette. I think we're on episode 11, maybe? SoundSet Roulette 11? I want to say 11. I'm pretty sure it's 11. You can play your custom stuff in the app. Yes, you can. You can play all of your custom stuff in the app, but you have to kind of build it here. This is the best place to come and build it. SoundSet Roulette 11. Dungeon of Spiders. Dungeon of Spiders. Okay, so now that we've done that, that'll update this here. So what do we want first? We probably want our dungeon first, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to search for dungeon, and I am going to filter it by moods. And I have built a lot of custom dungeons for my own games. So let's just see, shall we? Let's have a little look what Dungeon Crawl. So this is one made by Realmsmith. So let's see what Dungeon Crawl sounds like. Oh, I quite like this already. Oh. Okay, so I'm actually going to click on my sound set. You'll see that we've got no moods. So I'm just going to stop this just so that I can explain what these are. So what we're looking at here is we want moods. Moods are what's going to play. So your mood would be dungeon crawl. Your mood would be being attacked by spiders. Your mood would be battle. Your mood might be pleasant day in the forest. Those are all things. So those are things that as a DM, if your players are traveling, if they're having a fight, if they're in a tavern, those would all be separate moods. Okay, and then you build all your elements within that mood. So your elements would appear here. At the moment we've got no elements because we've got no moods. These are all global one-shots, so you can just kind of ignore those for now. But I actually think that I am going to use this dungeon crawl because I'm quite liking the sound of this. So what I'm going to do is you can either create a mood first and then save the mood, or we can just add it here. So I'm just going to add that, and now we've got dungeon crawl here. So dungeon crawl could be our first mood. Okay. And obviously no elements have shown up because I haven't saved this mood yet. So what we're going to do is, now that we've got the mood, we can save current state. And all of the elements that make up that mood, which is literally just unnerving atmosphere music and some stones, that is our first mood, which is dungeon crawl. And I'm going to turn that down just ever so slightly because that music is a little loud for me. And that's a little louder. I want the stones to be slightly less. I actually want the stones to be a little bit further away. So I can go into element here. And I can actually, if you go into 3D positioning, you can change how far away they are. So I want them to be slightly further away. Just ever so slight. Are we supposed to hear the sound now? Oh, yes, you are. Sorry, I had my desktop audio muted. Sorry about that. Thanks, Thamior. Lifesaver. Could you imagine if I'd have done this whole thing and you wouldn't have heard it? So there we go. So we've got our dungeon crawl there. I'm glad that you pointed that out. Imagine if I'd have done my whole show. That would have been annoying. Yeah, I would have done my entire 1 hour show and you wouldn't have heard any of the music. Luckily, this is the only section of the show where you will hear stuff. You wouldn't have heard anything beforehand. So yeah, we've got some unnerving atmosphere and we've got some stones, which I've made them slightly further away. As we're moving through the dungeon, we're not going to hear them all right in front of us. Okay, so just a dungeon crawl here. And I actually really like how this sounds. I might just add in some, like, it's not wet enough in the dungeon for me. I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to look for some water drips. Okay, so as I was checking my headphones, I thought they were sus. No, thank you guys for that. Because obviously I can hear it, but imagine if we'd have gone for the whole show and you couldn't hear a thing. I want some drips. So again, I've got some drips there. Probably want distant drips actually. Yeah, the distant drips is better. So again, I'm just going to go into mood, save current state. I think I want some rats as well. I always like to have like skittering creatures. Skittering sounds. Don't like those skittering sounds. Maybe like rats or something? Maybe like rats like skittering rather than... Rats and bats? Nah, it's not quite what I want. That's a lot of rats. Rats and bats and cats with hats, exactly. It's not quite what I want. I think I'll go back to like the skittering. I'm trying to figure out what it is exactly that I want. I'm actually going to turn on loops at this point as well, so I can search for loops and sound effects. Close skittering. Okay, it's not quite what I want. I think I'm going to give up on the skittering. I think the dungeon sounds fine as it is. I think maybe we'll put in some cavern wind. And then we'll move on, because we do only have half an hour to build this. Cavern wind's moving. I quite like the idea of that. I'm going to change the reverb on those stones as well. Okay, so I'm actually going to put in some reverb. So if I go into stones, go into element, it's got the reverb off. I can actually do it as a cave. And the same with these. Do them cave and the cavern winds as well. I'll do them as a cave. Cool. I do quite like this. This is quite nice. Okay, so we've got a dungeon crawl. Now we want to add in an avalanche. And I actually think those stones that are kind of like crumbling slightly, they do hint at an earthquake possibly happening. So I think what I'm going to do here is I am going to duplicate the mood. Duplicate. So now we've got a dungeon crawl copy. What we can do is earthquake. Okay. Now we've got nothing playing in here. What I can do is have everything playing as before. Save current state. And earthquake. Earthquake rumble small. I think what I'll do is I'll have the earthquake and the spider skittering happening at the same time, and then we'll have the battle with the giant spider. So I quite like that. Are people learning stuff right now? Like, is this helpful or useful? Also, let me know. What are you doing right now? Are you on your lunch break? Are you just finished work? Are you settling down for the evening? Am I on while you're at work? Thamiel says, is this all only possible for super sirens? Yes, it is. So because it's such an advanced piece of software, it does... you can only do it with a super silencer. And that means that we store all of your stuff as well. So anything you make gets stored on our server. Gonna upgrade to Super Siren now. Excellent. You can get a free trial as well if you want to. If you haven't tried it before, go and grab yourself a free trial. If you cancel within the 30 days, you don't pay anything at all. But yeah, have fun with it. And Thamiel, if you have any questions or you need any help, you just reach out and ask. You know where to find me. Okay, so we've got that. I want some earthquake sweetness, I think, as well. That is starting to sound like an earthquake, isn't it? Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. That is sounding real good. Okay, we probably want that to have some reverb on it as well. Little bit of reverb. I'm going to set that to cave as well. And set that to cave. I'm going to set everything to cave. Stone dungeon is also fine. Now that is sounding good. Now we need to add in some spiders. And we'll also need some battle music when we start to battle the spiders as well. Spiders. Small spiders. This is what I want. I think actually I really like the rat sounds, you know, like the rat skittering that we had before. I'm going to actually turn that down, so we get less of that. And I know that seems weird to even put it in if I want less. And I kind of want to change the movement as well. I want them to be moving towards us. So I'm going to put in first sample delay. First sample delay can be there, that's fine. Enable 3D positioning. And I want them to move. Distance. Not moving. Okay, we do want them to move. So we want them to move towards us. And we want them to start a fair amount away. I'm going to do the same with this one. Not moving. I want them to move towards us. And we'll just see what happens with that. And I actually really liked the rat skittering sounds as well. Like, you know, when I said there was a lot of rats, I think that's what we want now. I think that's what we want now. And I think I'm going to try and find that specific sample. Swarm of rats. That is very ratty, isn't it? That is very ratty. I don't think that's quite what we want, actually. Let's get some more spiders in here then. Let's do some spider chittering. But yeah, Thamiel, you upgrade to a super siren and you let me know how you get on and if you need any help. Make sure you grab that trial. I'll pop the trial link in here again. There you go. And if you cancel before the 30 days, you pay nothing, but you still get to do all of this. And if you want access to this search, this is the beta. So make sure they're in your account, so you just opt into those experimental features. And we really would love to hear your feedback. If you're going to beta test for us, we'd love some feedback on this. I think it's fab. Let's see. Don't think we want attacking spiders just yet. We don't want web attacks just yet. Let's turn those up a little bit. Okay, great. So we can actually go in and check out the elements in here. So we've actually got lots of giant spider sounds in there already. Got small spider sounds in there. Lovely. So now we probably trying the online app. Any idea why I get no sound from it when it's playing? So you need to have the companion app open. So it does tell you how to set it all up on our website, but you actually need to have the master interface, and then you need to have the online player app open to hear any sounds. So hope that makes sense. If you're unsure, then message me after the show, or check our website. There's full installation instructions on that and how to use the online player, but you do need to have the online player app open to hear the sounds from the master interface. Okay, so let's move on to the battle, shall we? We've got 20 minutes to do battle and then tweaks, but what I'm saying is that it's the earthquake. It's the earthquake that has drawn the spiders out. Let's go back to here. I'm going to duplicate this mood again. And then we're going to do spider battle. We're going to call this one spider battle. We can turn on some of those earthquake sweeteners. Let's see. Don't think we need that actually, but we can still have a little bit of a rumble in the background going on. And some small spider movement. Okay, and I'm going to stop the unnerving atmosphere. And we're going to try and find some really good spider battle music. So if I actually save the current state that it's on, I'm actually going to look for a sound set for spider battle because I think we do have one. Moods. Spider battle. Giant spider battle. Hi Shinobi, how are you doing? Welcome in. We're just about to make some spider battle happening. Make it happening. I mean, make it happen. We're about to make a spider battle happen. How are you today? Happy New Year. It is our first stream of 2022, so it's good to have you here. Let's have a look what our spider battle currently sounds like. I have a question. When adding a wrong mood, is it possible to delete it? Yes, it can. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So, for example, I'll do that right now. So, you mean if you accidentally add, for example, if I added spider battle here, I added it and I was like, oh god, actually no, I don't want that one. You go to here, you go to mood, and then you delete mood. Ah, that's terrifying. I don't like that. That is pretty terrifying. And I've done a bad. No. Oh, that's good. Okay, because I was gonna say I added it and then I deleted it before I'd stopped it from playing. So I thought I was going to be stuck with that in my ears. So yeah, if you've deleted an element or you've deleted a mood, you just go into here, go to mood and delete the mood. Again, if you've got an element, say for example, I didn't like spider movement, I could go to element and either delete element here or press delete down here. So you're not ever stuck with something permanently. You can delete it however you want there. Over there in SoundSet and in Element, it also has an action button to delete it. Yes, it does. Cool. Okay, so spider battle. We want some spider battle music, but I'm just going to stop everything for now and just see what we've already got. Now, whatever spider battle I clicked on before was absolutely terrifying. So we probably don't want that. Let's have a little look at giant spider battle. So this is an entire mood. So let's see. That's pretty gnarly. Okay. I do like that. So I'm going to save current mood. So I've saved current mood there, which copied everything over. So I just clicked on spider battle, which is my mood here. And then I clicked save current states and it copied everything across. Now, I am really scared of spiders. so this is making me cringe a lot. I'm gonna try and turn those spiders down as much as I can. It's making me feel a little sick. Okay. I'm actually going to stop the music. I've got to say, not a huge fan of the music in this one. Not a huge fan of the music. I like everything else, but as always, I want to change the music. So I can delete the music. Mood elements. I want to get rid of that music. I just don't really... I want something a bit more epic. Sorry, whoever made this one. But as you can see, because I saved current state and I saved the mood, it's actually brought over a lot of other things that I didn't want. So you can turn off things if you would want to, like if you don't want all the armor noises, you can actually just turn that off. You can actually delete that if you want to as well. You can turn all of these off if you want to. If you don't want the armor sounds, again, just turn them off. I'll probably turn the armor sounds off. I might even delete them. But we do want some hissing spiders. As much as I hate spiders. We probably want some stone sounds, skittering sounds. Probably want some spiderweb attacks. Oh! Oops. No, we don't want that. Oh, that's a bit hilarious, really, isn't it? We don't want that. I'm actually going to delete that element. That sounded like Ben getting hit in the face by a spider web, bless him. This is going to be so great. You're going to work on a mood set for tomorrow evening's session. Yes, excellent. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. I'm really glad that it's inspired you to give it a go. That's great. And if as always, you know where to find me if you need any help or you have any questions. I'm all over social media. you just ask. So I want to still have the stones. I still want to have the drips. Still want to have the cavern wind. Still want to have a bit of an earthquake rumble. Oh, wonderful. That makes me really happy. So I'm still going to have that. I don't know what this Incy Wincy spider is. Nope. No creepy children singing Incy Wincy spider for me, thank you. I'm definitely deleting that. What is it about creepy children doing creepy things? That's a big nope. Oh, nope. Real big nope. Okay, so we've got that. We just need some really good music. We've got 10 minutes to find some really good music. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off moods. I'm actually going to filter by music. So I've still got Spider Battle, Sliding Sanity. That could be good. Let's see what this is like, huh? I think I like that. We need... I do always like a little bit of armor foley. Just a little bit. I like to keep it fairly low. We're going to go with some... We're going to try and find some battle music. And I'm actually going to filter it by... general fantasy. Oh, cool. Yeah, no worries. Well, we've only got about 10 minutes to go, so if you can hold off for 10 minutes, I'd really appreciate that. A rapid battle. Let's have some rapid battle music. Let's test that out, shall we? I'm sure that's quite right. An ooze battle, hydra battle. Let's try the battle music from a hydra battle. could be good. Ooh. I'm always interested to see what the Realmsmith stuff is like. See what the Realmsmith stuff is like. The Brigand's Corridor. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use this one. Excellent. Let's... I do like that, actually. I'm gonna find some more spider sounds. Maybe. How's this sounding? Take the general fantasy filter off. Spider. Spider voices, more spiders, spider movement. Spider talk? I think I want to have like... I think that's what they do. It's like chittering, isn't it? Oh! Yeah, okay. That is disgusting. That's going in there. That's disgusting, so that's going in. I'm going to turn it down though. Great. I think that is enough, isn't it? I think, maybe? Spiders all around. I just want to see what happens if I turn these on. Like being a DJ almost, isn't it? I'm gonna save that as it is. I quite like that. And I think I actually want to do the earthquake sweeteners, turn those on as well, but put them low. Still have that on as well, and put that low. I think that's good. That took me by surprise, the change in music there. Okay. Let's take it back to dungeon, shall we? Then we can do a few tweaks and stuff if we want to. So this is just dungeon crawl. This is us entering the dungeon. So we're actually almost finished with this. But this is how quickly you can kind of knock it up. You can search, you can just drag stuff in. I make all my own custom stuff. So I don't play a lot of D&D, but I do play a lot of fighting fantasy, and I like to make my own sound sets for that. So I make most of my own custom stuff, and it is really good fun. You can literally spend hours tweaking it, adding stuff in, taking stuff out, changing the music, you know, finding the stuff that's exactly right for you. And for example, if I didn't like this battle music, I could actually go into the element playlist and be like, okay, there's only one piece of music there. Let's change that. But things like stones, you can see that the stones, different types of stones If there was a particular one that stood out and you were like, that's really grating on me, I really don't like it, it's really repetitive, every 5 minutes I hear a clunk, 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 you can actually find which sample that is and just delete it by clicking the remove sign there. So if, for example, the 20-second silence really bugged me for whatever reason, I could remove it. And you can do that with every element. So things like distant drips, again, if there was one splash that was a little too splashy, you can remove that. You can really tweak it as much as you want. But if you're playing on the fly, for example, if someone was like, oh my god, we're going to go into a jungle, you could just search jungle mood, and you could actually have a little look. Is it daytime, jungle daytime? You could just play that and drag that in. So it can be really quick, and the new search function makes it even quicker and easier to do that. I just can't rave about it enough, really. So get in on that feature. Okay, we're in the dungeon. We've been in it a little while. Suddenly we hear an earthquake. I think what I'm going to do at that point as well is put in a few drum hits. I think. Some drum hits to build the tension. I do like that, and that mixes in quite nicely, I think. But we should hear skittering sounds now. Seems like all of my skittering sounds have stopped. Small spiders. There you go. I'm actually going to put in some running feet as well. Like if there was an earthquake, you probably just wouldn't stand there. You probably would try to run away, maybe. So I might put in some running. And that again would be a sound effect. Maybe? You think maybe running? Maybe running? No, it's too much on metal. Be aware, you only run away yourself. Yeah, right into the spiders. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Earthquake selfie first. God. Earthquake. God. Caught in an earthquake. Check on me in 5 minutes. God. Earthquake selfie first, run for your life second. Oh my goodness. Running away? Again, it's all too metally, isn't it? I need something like you're running away in like sand or something. Can I do like running on stone or sand? Running on stone? Wolves running sand, or running in mud, or mud. Okay, I can't quite find what I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So you run away, run away, run away, right into battle with a spider. And you see how that crossfades straight away. It's not like everything cuts off and then something else starts. It all fades. Nice crossfade there. And I'm just gonna put a little. Oh yeah, all those spider webs across your face. Ugh, ugh. You're trying to make me sick. You are. Ugh. Gross. Okay, I like that. So we've done it in an hour as well. I can't believe it. Oh. Oh, gross. I absolutely hate spiders. Okay, and then once we're done with the spiders, we can just go back to dungeon crawling. Battle is over. But we could even have only 60 minutes. Huzzah! I know. What I'm going to do, actually, is duplicate this mood again. Duplicate this mood again and have dungeon safe dungeon. Safe dungeon. So this is like after. So I'm going to get rid of the unnerving music. I'm going to get rid of the unnerving music. And we're literally just going to have some lovely cavern wind. Just going to have some cavern wind. We have a few stone sounds. No, we don't like that one. Maybe some skittering sounds, but like far away. Weird whisperings, perhaps. Ooh. No, we don't need those. So I think after that, we are just gonna have some cavern winds. Maybe a slight bit of earthquake rumble in the back there. Some stones, some distant drips. And maybe a little bit of bass. There we go. So that's like a relatively safe dungeon after we've battled with the spiders. Whoop, crikey Nora. Why did that deep wind just like go to 100% there? Sorry about that. We're not perfect, guys. We're not. Oh my gosh, we're not perfect. Save current state. There we go. So that's after we've done that. Luckily, we're good. We've done our dungeon crawl. We've had an earthquake. We've had a battle with a spider. Now we're back in the safe dungeon. Huzzah! We did it in 60 minutes. We did it. We're not running overtime today, but I am going to let you know about some cool stuff. I'm going to let you know about some cool stuff that you can go and check out after the show if you want to. So, for now, that is SoundSet Roulette. We've made our sound set. I think that was successful. Does everybody like that? Did everybody learn some stuff? It wasn't the most like exciting and epic sound set ever, but sometimes you just want a simple dungeon crawl, simple spider encounter, bish bash bosh, all done. Thamiel says, yes, I learned a lot. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. If you've got any more questions, just ask. You know where to find me. Drop me a message. I'm always happy to help. You can always ask more stuff on the forum as well. I spend quite a lot of time in there. But yeah, that's how you can make a basic custom sound set. You can add as many moods as you want. And you can always get more space. Like obviously when I'm playing my games, I don't have like all of these things open because that would be crazy. Another thing you can do as well, I've got my page zoom set to be quite big, just so that you guys can see it, but usually I would have it on like 100% or 90%, so then you can see that you get quite a lot more space to play with here. You can also make these big or small, so you can do small. I tend to have them on medium, and you can have them on large if you want to. I tend to have them on medium, and I have them all set up on a Wacom tablet that I can literally just tap. So if I wanted to tap Spider Battle, I literally tapped that with my finger and it will play Spider Battle. So that's what I do when I'm running my games. I will just have it set up on a tablet, and I use the online player. I use this master interface even if I'm playing offline. I will literally just tap Dungeon Crawl there and it does it like literally no time at all. I learned a lot since I've never used Syrinscape before. Well, I hope that's given you welcome in, first time chatter. I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you've learned a lot. I hope that you'll give it a go. If you haven't grabbed yourself a free trial yet, here is the link to do that. So go and grab yourself a 30-day free trial. If you cancel before the 30 days, you don't pay anything. Go and check out what we've already got. Go and make your own custom stuff if you want to. And I can, again, do that. And just literally tap it. It takes no time at all. So a lot of people think that stuff like this is going to take your attention away from your game, take your attention away from your players, but literally you tap it and you're in a battle, and that's it. And it took me no time, right? Literally, you barely even saw me do it. It's all set up, it's all ready to go, and because we make all of the official D&D stuff, say for example, if you are running Dragon Heist or something like that, or Rhyme with the Frost Maiden or Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we've got all the official stuff there ready for you. You can literally just tap the mood and be like, oh, we're in a forest, oh, we're in a dungeon, oh, we're having a battle, oh, the battle's got a bit worse now. You literally just tap it and that is it. You don't need to do anything else. For example, if I was just going through a dungeon, I could leave it on dungeon crawl for the entire adventure. If they're going to be in a dungeon for 3 hours, they could listen to this for 3 hours if they wanted to. If the music got too much for them, I could just turn it down. It's really, really simple to use. Really simple. But for now, that's it. I'll tell you about a couple of other really cool things that you can go and check out. So if you really want to watch some more stuff, obviously we've got more SoundSet Roulette on our YouTube channel, so you can go and check that out on YouTube. While you're over on YouTube, check out a couple of other things. If you haven't watched Lost Odyssey Promised Gold yet, it was the Lost Odyssey charity stream that they did. If you like Deborah Ann Wall as a DM, personally she's one of my favourite people to watch DM, and if you like to watch celebrities play D&D, which I do also, if you want to see Jack Black, Reggie Watts, even Michelle Rodriguez play D&D, then go and check out Lost Odyssey Promised Gold. We did all of the sound for that, and I couldn't be more proud to tell you that we did that, because the way they used the sound for that, I mean, Ben DJ'd it while they were playing and there was very little like post-production to do on that, but it was just spot on, absolutely spot on. Like the way that they've used Syrinscape for that game, Promised Gold, it is absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to hear how Syrinscape can really make a difference to your game. So go and check that out on YouTube. Also, while you're over on YouTube, go and check out Realmsmith. We are currently sponsoring their new PvP D&D game called Champions of the Realm. So if you like PvP D&D, or you're interested in that sort of stuff, or you want to see players fight with other players, and if you like Idle Champions as well, I think you'll really enjoy the show, so go and check that out. The first episode went live last week, where you can see Nora Ibrahim and Matthew Lillard battle it out for a space in the semi-finals. Or the quarterfinals, I can't remember where we're up to. But this week you can see Satine Phoenix battling with Omega Jones, and we are, again, really proud to sponsor that show from our good friends at Realmsmith, so you can go and check that out on YouTube as well. So 2 really good things to go and check out. Or of course you can spend some time this evening building your own sound sets and having a go with the master interface. So yeah, we are just slightly over time there, but I am really pleased that we made it in just over an hour. Thamios, there's one last thing to notify you on the FAQ page. Descent into Avernus has the acronym of Curse of Straw. This is, of course, should be DIA. Okay, I'll check that out. I'm sorry if we've got that wrong, but thank you for flagging that up. I will check that out after the show. Thank you, Thamio. That's all from me for this evening. I'll be back again next Tuesday at the same time for another SoundSet Roulette, so there'll be more updates, there'll be more community highlights, so go and get involved in that, and maybe your answer will make it onto the stream. And there'll be more SoundSet Roulette, of course. We'll be making a brand new randomly generated sound set. I'm really glad that you've enjoyed it. I'm glad that you've learnt some stuff, and thank you very much for tuning in. Now go and enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you next week in TG Will. Thank you, Lone Jedi. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of SoundSet Roulette. I'm really hoping that you enjoyed that. It's great to be back for the new year with some more of this show. I really hope that people are learning things, that it's really useful. Please let me know in the comments if you've learned something or if this has given you the confidence to go and try it yourself. Maybe if you've downloaded a free trial perhaps and it's your first time trying it. And as always, if you have any questions, just ask. I'm more than happy to help. For now, that's all from me, but if you want to go and see more of me, there's some more SoundSet Roulette, or you can go and watch our Cyberpunk Red show, which is absolutely fantastic as well. They've just started a new season, so go and check that out, and I'll see you guys next week for more SoundSet Roulette. Bye!